All right, people. All right, come on in, come on in, come on in. Trying to keep these headphones on. Come on in, come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth. Shame the devil. All right, come on in, come on in, come on in, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, we got a lot going on, a lot going on, and I've been waiting to hear from some of you guys, and I got about a good hot hour in me, people. So don't try to keep me all night. Yeah, don't try to keep me all night. All right, come on in, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, this is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, come on in, people. We're going to talk about the election results. Is in, and what do you think is her next move? All right, come on in, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We live, we live, we live, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, make sure you hit that like button. If you come in, hit that like button. That'd be nice. Hit the like button. Hit that like button, people. All right, come on in, YouTubers. Come on in, Facebookers. All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, y'all. Come on in. All right. All right. We live, uncut, unedited. We taking phone calls today. We taking phone calls today. All right, the lines are open 872-299-0808. We're taking phone calls today. We live, live. People, come on in, come on in, come on in. We're talking about the election results. What's going to happen, people? We're going to see some heads. We're going to see people getting sued. We're going to see a lot of things, people. Come on in. We live, people. Live. All right, come on in. All right. All right, people. We live. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Truth. And what? And what? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. We listen, people. We still in Black History Month. We still in Black History Month, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, people. We're live. Come on in. We're taking phone calls today. We're going to open up the phone lines 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. I should have put up the other banner. I'm sorry, but didn't do it. But we hear people. Maybe I'll post a number. Somebody post a number up for me, 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. 872-297-6389. Come on in, people. Come on in. We're live, live, uncut. Come on in, come on in. All right, come on in, people. Live. We live. Come on, people. Come on in. Man, I see a bunch of y'all coming on in too. Y'all coming in too. Y'all want to hear what's going on. Look at y'all. Y'all showing out. Y'all want to hear. And listen, it's over now, people. What do you think is going to be her next move? What did you guys expect that was going to happen? All right. We coming on in. I'm gonna holler some names and look at this chart while we wait. Y'all waiting on me. Look at this. Look at the results. And a lot of you guys know the results, so it's nothing new. All right, come on in. Come on in. All right. We want to talk about it. All right, we got the phone lines open up. I appreciate you guys coming in here. And we ready. We're ready to talk about it. We're ready to talk about it, people. Dolton has made a choice. They made their choice. They made their choice, the residents. Now, a lot of us, yeah, a lot of us are here out here. And come on in, come on in. We're going to talk about it, people. We here, we here, we are here. The Dolton residents made their decision. They spoke out who they wanted. They spoke out who they wanted, people. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. All right. How many people we got on here so far? All right, we got a few more people. I need to hit that like button. 60 people on YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, hit that like button. And we're going to get started. We're going to take some phone calls. I haven't opened up the lines in a long time. I'm going to open them up. And I want you guys to call in and tell me what you think. What's next? All right, we don't have to worry about any more receipts. All right. Come on in. Come on in. We live, people. Come on in. All right, Katrina Davis, I see you. I see you. Jules Smith, I see you. All right, the Mac Man Morning Show. Good evening. All right, thank you. All right, sure will, brother. Leslie Brown, what's going on, Leslie Brown? All right, it's Wayman Smith. Next movie is Prison. Next movie is Prison. Jimmy Dean, come on in. Come on in, people. Y'all, come on in. Come on in, people. I am live, uncut, and unedited. All right. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. We are live, uncut, and unedited. I'm looking for some calls. What you think is going to be the next move? We see the results right there on the screen. We see it was a landslide. Jason won by 80, almost, which is 88%, 87.9. Look, that's almost it right there, people. Oh, okay. Well, come on in. Come on in, people. I need some folks to talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Come on in, people. Live, uncut, and unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Justin Thompson. All right. All right. We need some folks to call on in. The phone line's open. Hey, Peggy Gay, smooth operator. I see you. All right. Money Mike. Money Mike. What's up, Money Mike? Dode, what up? Tiffany, I don't feel sorry for her. I hope she goes to jail for a long time. 10 years. Feds are going to get her after the election. Okay. All right. Pisces. What's up, Pisces? Pisces in the house. All right. Barbecue. What's up? Hey, Bobby, I still ain't got none of your barbecue yet. Miss Angel B. What's up, Miss Angel B? Hey, I need somebody to call in 872-299-0808. Look at this chart. Let's talk about this chart. What happened, people? Let's talk about it. And I want to hear what are some of you guys' thoughts. All right. Y'all coming in, y'all showing out. And I need to capture you guys' attention. Renee, I see you. Somebody said she's probably going to get another position in the township or town near. Okay. Drina Walls. All right. All right. Sophisticated Madlocks Kendricks. All right. Come on in. Come on in. All right, people. All right. Let's see what's going on here, people. What's going to happen? We had, listen, out of 16,000 registered voters in the city of Dolton, the village of Dolton, we had a total of 4,446 votes. We had a 26.94% turnout, which I think is a good deal because compared to when the last time voted was, we was in the okay. All right. Come on in, people. People are texting me in the COVID. That's what I'm looking for. All right. All right, people. That's what I'm looking for. Some folks, y'all come on in and talk to me. Somebody come on, talk to me. All right. Tiffany Henyard, what is her next move? What is her next move, people? What is her next move? My brother, I see you. What is her next move? What do you think her next move is? Uh-huh. All right, let me put the telephone number up there because I need some callers. I need to know what do you think is going to be her next move? Okay. What do you think? I'm gonna put the number up. What do you think the next move is going to be? 297 6389. Call in numbers. Call in numbers. All right. All right. All right. All right, people. There you go. There you go. Let's go. Right there. Call in numbers. All right. We're talking about Tiffany Henyard. I need you guys to share this video, like this video, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you may be watching this video. Please. Yeah. All right. Who will win the Dolton seat? All right. We already know. All right. All right. Come on in, people. Most people are saying she's going to jail. Yep. Somebody said they hope she goes to jail for a long time. Well, personally, I don't want to see her go to jail, but sometimes it happens. Yeah. Yep. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Where my phone people at? My phone's line's not ringing. 872. Yep. 872 299 0808. Now, once I start talking, everybody gonna want to call on in, but that's okay. Y'all don't have to call in. Well, let's talk. Let's talk about the goal was for Clean House to win by 82%. So actually, they won by 87 to 88% of the votes. That was the goal. So they reached their number and they won by a landslide. She only got 500 and some votes. 500 some votes. All right, 26. Okay, Glenn said that turnout 20% is pathetic in Dalton. Okay, Glenn said that's pathetic. But I thought that was good, Glenn, but compared to when they did the last election with the COVID, and it was lower than that. But I understand. I understand. All right. All right. All right. Her life as a politician is over. Okay. What's up, Lisa? All right, brother Lewis Ramsey said Tiffany next move will be dealing with the law enforcement or on her financial doing. Okay. Lewis Ramsey said that. All right. All right. Somebody said Renee said, I don't believe she's going to jail. Everything's going to be swept under the rug. People with this Illinois politics. Okay. All right. Our brother Bobby Q said maybe Mayor Brandon Johnson would hire her as his assistant. Okay. Wow. They said 901 need to call ASAP. All right. 901. Terrence said jail. He says jail. All right. All right. Charlie Lee, Tiffany Henyard got her, you know what, whoop. All right. All right. And I'm going to tell you, people, them people was crying out of there too. They smoothed out 7 out of 8 voters voted for Jason House. All right. Said, remember, Tiffany is being protected. I believe they're going to keep her employed. Okay. All right. Pisces said, I want to hear what 901 has to say. Brother Lewis Ramsey, what's up, brother? I see you. I see you. Smooth operates a very powerful statement by the voters. That is, the voters spoke up. And Tiffany always say, All right. All right. Y'all know them videos now. All right. It definitely should have been more voters. What if she had more supporters? She had a lot of supporters. They knew the Superman Jason House. All right. The new Superman Jason House. Okay. I think Tiffany Winky Wonder said, I think Tiff lines right up with many politicians in Washington. She will find a place somewhere. Okay. Sharice. Hey, Facebook didn't give me a notification. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Birdman said, what do you think about the rap video she made, Martin? Well, I won't even comment on that. I won't even comment on that. Miss Emma Harris, Trump didn't go to jail. That's a good point. Trump didn't go to jail. Yeah. All right. Barbecue said, didn't she say she would win by a landslide? That's what she said out of her own mouth. That's what she said. All right. Lisa Love said people should have been praying and talk to her. I believe that. Yeah. All right. Where my call is at? Low sound off Tiff. Oh, wow. Somebody said, who was this? O2, was that Jagular? She better apply for Walmart. That's her next job because her political career is over. Too many people know who she is, and now she has a bad reputation. All right. All right. Brother Nathan said, King Nathan Pisces said, a good birthday present, seeing all those Dolton residents celebrate. They was not only celebrating, they was crying too. Jules Smith said, maybe she will get a job with Trump. Wow. All right. O2 Jagular said her rap video was whack. Okay. All right. Renee said, I think she have gotten what you said. I think they should have gotten everyone new to run. Okay. All right. All right. She lost by a landslide. Hey, y'all. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. She said she wanted to work with Trump. Maybe she'll get a job cleaning the big house. Okay. Keisha Roberts, I agree with that person said. All right. All right. Let's see what Ernesto said. Yeah, she won last place by a landslide. Boy, y'all know y'all can be brutal, don't y'all? All right. Renee, I don't think none of them belong in them seats. Renee said she want them all gone. All right. Ricky French, I don't think so, sweetheart. Okay. All right. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's going on? Okay. Let's see. Mr. Charles Lee said, I think Tiffany annihilated her own residence. Wow. All right. All right. Sharice Rice said she can get a second chance. Trump got hired. Trump just got hired I guess Rob Glorges. I was happy for Jason and the trustees. That's what somebody said. I was happy for Jason and the trustees. Okay. Man, these comments are nobody want to call in. Y'all want to call in? I'll take a call or two. All right, let's see. Winky Wonder said, I think Tiff could make money with traveling bingo company being hired for events. Okay. All right. All right. Trina Waterbill says, Martin, she got less votes than every other member of her ticket. Wow. All Dolton wanted her out. Wow. So true. Wow. The people spoke. So they going, y'all going in tonight. Y'all are. Barbecue says, congratulations to the residents of Dolton for correcting that program. Wow. Jermaine Maxwell says, that rap video was horrible. Man. Wow. Jimmy Dean says she needs to feel the pain she caused those residents. My. All right. Renee said, yep, clean the whole, you know what house. They all corrupt. Renee said, get them all out. Smooth operator said, big up, Jason House. All right. Didonis, I think I pronounced it Johnson. Tiffany is in line for a higher position. Let's see how she play her cards. Okay. All right. I would call in, but my grandbaby's crying too much. Okay. All right. Somebody said, we can't hear you. Y'all can hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. I think everything is right on here. Let me check my settings. I know I did that before I got on here. Y'all can hear me. I'm live, uncut, unedited. Oh, wow. Let me do all this talking and nobody said they didn't hear me. All right. All right. She might as well move from her name, Dolton. Y'all hear me now? Thank God. All right. Somebody said, I thank God the cloud of Tiffany darkness has been lifted from Dolton. Wow. She's the only one. All right. I agree with Jimmy Dean. All right. Wiki Wonder, I agree with Jimmy Dean, but I don't have hope that she will. All right. Oops, that was my phone. Okay. All right. I like that hat, Martin. Thank you. It's an Apple, from the 50s and the 60s. All right. All right. I hear you fine. Okay. All right. LaDonna Horton, I hear you. Okay, cool. Frederick Hampton, yes, we can. Okay. Justin Thomas, only 50% found the thumbs up for Martin G. All right, people. We got over 118 people online. I need y'all to hit them like buttons for me. Please do that. Appreciate you. Most of them that want all gone don't live there. Others there know they tried to recall her in 2021, months after she was elected. That is so true. Seceding too. That is true. That is true. All right. Aletha Cox said Tiffany is not the only corrupt one in Dolton. Okay. All right. Miss Simone, 8113 said, lock her up. No more stealing, please. Okay. Smooth operator. We hear the whole time. Martin, we hear you the whole time. Okay. All right. She lost a lot of support with that rap song, and the elders didn't like that mess. Man, she lost a lot of. All right, people, I need some callers. I don't care if you're out of towners or wherever you may come from. All right. Hey, doctor, how you doing, doctor? All right. All right. They said your sound is muffled a little bit. I don't know why. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right. I hear you loud and clear. All right. All right. Let's see what some of these comments say. Ray, Renee, you know the only corrupt one in here. You and a Tiffany hen dog. Ooh. Who said that? What's your name? Was it Venteras? Oh, wow. Wow. The volume just quieted down, Martin. Okay. All right. You're muffled now. All right. Let me get it right. Can y'all hear me? I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right. King Pisces. Nathan, I think Tiffany should have apologized after that brawl. She owed it to all the residents to lead by example instead of claiming she gonna win by a landslide, only to lose in a landslide. Wow. Ooh, I got a caller. Got a caller. Jermaine Maxwell, loud and clear. Okay, loud and clear.
Muffled now. Okay. If she had a chance, if she had a chance, let's see. Lovejoy said, if she had a chance, her fighting killed it. Wow. I think so too. Hey, Trina, how you doing? All right, we got a
I'm
caller
doing.
here. We got a caller. All right, caller. Oh, we got 2067. Come on, 2067. Come on, talk to us. What's your comments about
Hey,
this?
Martin.
Hey, how are
How
you?
you doing? Hey, Chat.
Oh,
Good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Great job covering.
Thank
You
you.
did a great job out
Thank,
there. I saw
thank you.
you all those days. Well, I didn't see you physically, but
Right.
I saw you online.
Hmm. Okay, well, talk to us.
you
So
know,
go ahead.
So one thing I did share with you, Martin, in
Hmm.
the chat is I did let you know the statistics. Remember, I put the numbers in there.
Uh,
She's never won by anything big. I mean, even when she was trustee, I know you felt that she had a lot of support, but
uh-huh.
Sherry kept telling you she didn't have that type of support. And so the streets were saying otherwise.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right.
And I gave you the statistics. I put all the numbers in there and I showed you for all the elections what her numbers were. And she has never won by anything big. And I know people kept bringing up some people, I don't know if they're in big states, big cities, and they're not thinking it's a small municipality and that this is not an election where people usually come out and vote because it's not the main one that is coming up in April.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
maybe they do things different there. And for a lot of people that are saying that, I wanted to comment on people that are saying, oh, they should just get rid of them. So does that mean that if you had a corrupt president of a company, although you may have been the person that reported the corrupt president, that they need to let you go too?
Mm.
Because from the beginning, 2021, they were working to get her recalled.
I remember that. I remember
They were
that.
working, and remember, she hired that attorney who was a very expensive attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't that and you were there. So
Mm-hmm.
you saw a lot of it. I think,
Yeah.
some things, I think once you were playing some of those old videos
Mm-hmm.
back that people were hating on,
Oh
it
yes.
kind of brought you back. Although you were there,
That
it
right.
still brought some things back to you where you kind of saw and you were kind of like, you know what, I can see now. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I can see you reflecting.
Now you know what?
Like when you were there, when,
Yeah, let me be honest with you. Be honest with you.
yeah,
I like Tiffany. We had a great relationship. She introduced me to Dolton, meetings and things like that. And I'm a loyal type person. That's who I am, and I really
right,
did. And I want to play a neutral role. I stayed neutral as long as I could, but I was really done
right,
when she jumped into that brawl. I was done with her. Though. I just couldn't justify nothing. I gave her a
right,
pass on some things that I knew we had proof on. And
right.
I was like, I really didn't
And you
give a
didn't talk
pass.
about those things.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't.
And you were there. You
Yeah,
were there
I
when
was.
she locked the trustees
I was
out.
there.
So you know
I was
yourself how hard they've been working. So when people are saying, oh, just get rid of them,
right.
when you personally yourself were there when they were locked outside and when their mailboxes were put outside,
Mm.
and that.
Yeah, I was there. I witnessed that. I got the video. Matter of fact, somebody had stole
Yep.
my video. I had to go back and find that video. Find out. It took me hours. I said, I know I got this video somewhere. I just can't remember the date. But when I
Mm-hmm.
found it, I put it up. I put it right up.
Right.
Right up.
Yep. And you were there even, like you were there with the march,
I was there
with
too.
Cara.
Yeah,
You were there.
I was
So
there.
you saw how the response was
Hmm.
and you knew it wasn't right,
I
but
know
you
what.
still remained
Check.
objective.
Yeah.
But you knew as an advocate, you knew as a person, you knew
I
even
know.
as a human being
I know.
that would have compassion for another that claims to be the people's mayor and love the people,
Mm.
that that's not showing love for the people.
Not at all. Not at all. I was just like, man, is this real? Because the person that I met wasn't like what I'm seeing now.
You mean the representative you
Yeah,
met?
yeah, the representative. and I was like, what happened? What happened? What happened? I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It's totally night and day. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, for some of the things that I was hearing and some of the things that I had proof on, you know, just
Right.
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I don't know. I still talk to people that support Tiffany, and they don't care what she
Hmm.
do or what she have done to the people.
Right.
They still support her. Wanted to wear, man. I just can't understand
That's
that.
because they weren't affected.
You're right. That's true. That is so true.
And then you can't have compassion for, because I won't mention any names, but I know like people called out another person that is, anti-violence and that, and they said to them, I'm, watching you, and this is everything that you stand against. So
Uh,
I, find it, it's one
right.
thing to say this is your friend, but
Right.
to say, do this, don't believe this, don't believe your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Now
But you were there a
I was
lot.
there. I know I was there. That's what I told the whole YouTube world. I said, I told the YouTube people I was there from the beginning. I watched it unfold. I remember me having a conversation with Sherry. We was in the city, and they gave Dorothy Brown and Tiffany an award. I think a few good women or great women. One of the names, and
Right, right. I know which one
yeah,
you're talking about.
Sherry
Hmm.
said, Martin, I ain't feeling this. I was like, Sherry, she just got in. Sherry said, I don't know, Martin, I ain't feeling it. That Sherry, her antennas was up already. I was like, oh wow.
Right,
Yeah. Oh
right.
wow.
But Martin, I think sometimes in our culture, it happens a lot in church
Mm-hmm.
where people can give you the big head if you're
Right.
not a person that's
Right.
balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that maybe she may not have been that way, but someone said to her, oh, you're in charge. You're in charge of this. You're in charge of everything. Because that's when you saw a shift. And Regina
Mm-hmm.
said it best, Channel 5 News. Regina said it best. She sees her in court. She is dressed down. And they told me that in town, running around like a ragamuffin. But when you get on, there, you want to show the people lights, camera, action.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's wrong to pay the taxpayers' money to pay your stylist. And do you really think that's right to pay your stylist
Mm-hmm.
and makeup artist out of the taxpayers?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
That's cold.
But I
That's
couldn't.
cold blooded.
You just said something that stood out to me. A lot of activists, the ones that know what we stand for, and we see these things happening in her administration, and we get quiet, don't say anything. You know,
Yeah.
and I was like, and
So
that.
how do people
Go ahead.
but I respect you because you spoke up when it wasn't right
Mm-hmm.
and others remained silent. So how do you expect people to speak, to react when they are ready to have a voice about a situation? But I really respect you because you spoke up.
I had to. I had to. I had to. And I love the sister. I don't want to see her go to jail, but she might do jail time for what you. I mean, it is what it is. And I was saying in my mind too. I said, well, with all these supporters, the ones that's in her corner, what was who was advising her? Did they tell her? I mean, who did she listen to?
Well, remember everything that you've heard, people have all said the same thing. If you look at the letter that Shantae, the one that was the attorney, if you look at the letter.
I don't know what I'm talking. Your phone.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead. I think your phone is
I'm
going
sorry.
in. Your phone was going like in now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, she's the attorney. The first attorney said that she was not advisable.
Mm.
Dr. Nikita, she said she was not advisable.
Wow.
Then she had someone else. And remember, we all knew she had a publicist. Just think about it. That publicist didn't even put her name out there. What publicist would not put their name out there unless you know that you're going to be embarrassed? Because remember, that's the one that got her on the Roland Martin show and on the Angela Yee show.
Now,
and I know that lady is out of the suburbs, but I know what company she's with, but she didn't put her name out there.
Now, let me ask you a question. Whatever happened to that, the last superintendent that she hired? We know she can only hire him for 30 days temporary. Whatever happened to him? We don't hear anything. What happened to him?
Which one?
You remember the last superintendent that she hired, police superintendent? She hired him. He came in.
Oh, he was only there, I think, for a day. He never came back. But she didn't have the authority to hire him.
Well, I know she could put him in that position for 30 days. That's it. Then they have to go before the board.
She still needed board approval, though.
Oh, really? For 30 days? Okay, I heard. Okay.
So she needed board approval first.
Okay.
Remember that judge told her, don't try to appoint anyone else without board approval.
Wow.
So some people, you heard this saying before, and I know everyone in the chat heard it.
Right.
My mom used to say it. She's from Florida. People don't believe that fat meat is greasy.
Man, what do you think?
Some people don't really fat meat is greasy.
And I'm not trying to get you to slander her name, but what do you think her mindset right now? What do you think? It's just a guess, opinionated guess. What do you think is her mindset?
I think she's embarrassed.
Okay.
Because, this is a time we live in where people post things on social media that don't always reflect how they're feeling. Because don't you remember hearing about all these people talking about going through divorces and losing jobs and a whole lot of other things, but yet on social media, they were here, they were there. So this is a time where people have this thing where they like to look unbothered. When we know that that's not really the case, because we can see the stress. Like we can see the stress, let's be honest, I'm not being facetious, we can see the stress under her eyes with suitcases. So and if you're not sleeping, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's going to show. So she may have been smiling on the outside, trying to look lights, camera, action, but inside, that's not what was showing.
Because people was all over the internet talking about her bedroom life. She's sleeping with a married man. I wouldn't allow them to come on here and talk about, the wigs and stuff like that. And I was like, man, that's a low blow. Then I'm hearing that she was getting threatened and all that. I was like, man, this has got to be a terrible situation to be in. Man.
But we never saw, the threats, you never saw the proof.
Right, that's true. I didn't see the proof. Yeah.
And so even when she attempted to cancel that last meeting that they still ended up having, they said there was no proof. And even the police could not show the proof. So it's easy to say someone's threatening you.
Yeah.
But, you're an advocate, Martin.
Right.
And she did not mind having Black men, Black women, and any other race arrested.
Listen, I almost got arrested because old Lacey tried to grab me that day when the protesters out there. I was just videoing. Yeah. And I had that video, but somehow that video was on my page. It got hijacked. So that video is gone.
Well, there was a time period where things were coming up missing, and it was alleged that a certain person who has the IT background that was working in her administration. I don't know if you heard this before. Don't you remember them talking about? Don't you remember Dr. Nikita saying how her emails were gone and you remember the trustees, their stuff wasn't coming through.
Man,
and so, yeah.
Mm. Do you think, just your personal opinion, this is not stone, do you think that she went in too deep and there was no coming back, no recovering because she did too much, she have done so much damage, you know, and so many things have gotten exposed?
I think that we're very forgiving people. I'm
Yes, we
one of
are.
those people where it's not a gray area.
Mm.
I'm not I want I want people to be held accountable for things. And because I feel like if no one's held accountable, then that cycle will continue. And because we watched, and I'm going to answer your question, we watched
Mm-hmm.
what happens when that's not. Like, we watched when the recall happened. What was the first thing she did? Got a DJ
Mm-hmm.
dressed like um, she was from New Jack City,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying. And then got worse and worse and worse.
Mm.
It didn't get better. And so I think for some people, that's what it does. And I think that um, if she would have even apologized and kind of from that point went into cruise control,
Mm-hmm.
people would have given her a chance. But I think a lot of people were disappointed because they kept giving her chance after chance after chance. And I've watched, most of the meetings, and I remember there was a meeting where, I don't know if you saw this, there was a Christmas party. And that's when she first became mayor. And she came, her daughter was still, a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a one or two. And so one of the residents, I'll never forget, they were calling her, can you fix my roof, or can you stop there was some issue that they were having. And she walked out like she did not, like they were no one. And that's what she did to them. She told them, I love you, kind of like an abusive kind of situation of you think of someone that's in that type of situation where this person is telling them, like if I said to you, oh, Martin, yeah, I love you, yet I know you're hungry. I know you don't have food, and I'm not doing absolutely anything, and I have the resources to help you. So it was like she was telling them, oh, I love you. I'm the people's mayor. I'm here for you. Yet it wasn't showing in her actions.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady called, and Edward Seaves is very respectful. So he made her stop.
I see
And
the
he
video.
told her she can't do that. And, so I saw that. And this was in the beginning. And I'm thinking, this is how she was treating people even then.
Mm.
And I know people are like, sit down Brown, as I call them. I know people are like, oh, they always had faith in him. But, I've never had faith in him because Dr. Angelo said, when someone shows you who they are, believe him. And I believe he's who he is because he's the same person that at 50,000 years old mocked the previous mayor who had a stroke. And who would do something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on video. He mocked him, and they all did it.
Who mocked him?
Stan Brown.
Oh wow! I couldn't believe that. Wow.
When he got back, it's on video. When he got back after he had his stroke. So I know people, may forget, and they press that button and they elected him. But me, I remember seeing him mock the guy, and he told him, wait a minute, get this, it's on tape. He told him they were going to give him another stroke. Tiffany was horrible to that previous mayor. Horrible. The same disrespectful person that she was, that we saw, was the same person year 2. It wasn't the first year 2 that she became to that mayor.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And Stan, when he mocked him, the way he was talking, because he was recovering from a stroke. Like, who would do something like that? He's too old to be doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a mature age guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, hey, hold on. I see somebody's on the line today. They Mr. Michael Smith. Mr. Michael Smith, call in. I want to hear from you. I'll give you a chance to talk a little bit about Dalton. I know you want to talk about what's going on in Riverdale, but call in Mike 872-299-0808. I welcome you to call in. All right. And you know what I don't understand is I thought that Tiffany had a lot of seniors that voted for her. I wonder what age bracket was those 500 and some people that voted for her. I wish there's a way I can find it.
Oh, okay. So the seniors, the senior group that really admire her, they're in Calumet City, so they're not able to vote in Dolton.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Because you saw when you were there watching the buses come up.
Mhm.
You didn't see that many buses come up.
No, I didn't. But I can tell you, let me just explain this to you. When I was in Jason's house, I call it the house party. And
Right.
those people, they were crying. I mean, literally, tears was coming out of their mouth. People, if you could have just witnessed, and it's like it was like a weight was lifted off them. They said it's finally over. We worked so hard to get this.
Right.
They was dancing. They was celebrating. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Because it's been entertainment to other people,
Right.
and like they've been saying all along, this is an embarrassment. This is our lives.
Mhm.
They said we were fighting for their lives. Remember, they kept saying that.
Yeah, they kept saying that. Mm-mm-mm.
So I'm sure it was emotional because just imagine, because you think about it, these are people that have written the governor. They've called the governor. They've written the attorney general. They've called the attorney general. They have written, called the news. They've done everything that they could think of to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they were ignored. And so then they, did the recall. They were ignored by that judge. And people need to hold these people accountable. I know I don't live in Illinois anymore, but I'm the next town over.
Mm-hmm.
People need to hold that judge, that lady, that panel that did that. They need to have their names out there, and they need to be on the do not vote list.
Mm. Wow. And it's deep.
And now she's a judge, a Supreme Judge, right? That lady that let her be in office. And they need to be able to sue these people.
Yeah.
They need to be able to sue these people that ignored them.
Now, let me ask you a question. Let me put the number up here. Let me ask you a question. What do you think her next move probably going to be, Tiffany? We're just hypothetical. Your opinion. Do you think that she's going to end her career in politics or pursue another position?
I think that she's going to be forced to. I think some things are going to happen because you know how Lori Lightfoot explain how things go, because they don't start getting these documents and getting these things and asking about very specific people. I don't know if you've ever read that subpoena, but I read every page. I read it multiple times because it's a lot to digest, but they don't start asking for that type of information for nothing. Think about it. They ask for payroll records. They ask for front and back copies, ACH. They ask for specific companies. Like there's a print company, and if you look at that print company, that's the same company that did the T-shirts with the invoice that was used for her organization that she claimed was not her organization. So the things that they asked for were very deliberate. Then they came back and they asked for more things. I think her hands are going to be full. I don't think she's going to want to be seen in Dolton. She has family, parents still there, but I think she's going to lay low.
Michael Smith.
Yeah, we got Michael Smith. Hey, Miss Lynn Miller, I see you. How you doing? Long time. This is I didn't block your other page. My other page was taken down. So a lot of you that not getting my notifications anymore, that old page that I had, Martin G. Johnson, they took that page away. So this is what
wow.
this is what you call a backup page that I had I had for something like this. Okay, we have our guest on here, Mr. Michael Smith. What's up, Mike? Man, what shall we start? Let's start with Dolton
Mark,
first.
I wish that y'all could come to Riverdale and talk about a lot of stuff. And it's sad, our mayor was reelected. Okay,
I was shocked.
This guy has been indicted. Okay, for perjury as well as obstruction of justice. He's facing 25 years in prison because he manipulated a garbage contract.
Mm-hmm. I heard about
Now,
that.
we hear nothing about that. And the resident went to the polls yesterday and had no knowledge of what's going on in Riverdale because there's so much stuff being talked about Dolton and this community and that community. If we're going to talk about them all, we're going to talk about one, talk about them all.
But
this guy is under federal indictment.
Mike Smith, I think you and Michael Earhart on y'all slate, you guys didn't put it out there enough. I mean, I think Mike is.
No, we couldn't. But you need help in putting it out, Martin.
But Mike, I seen you. I know, but I seen you work hard on Tiffany campaign more for her than your own campaign. Now, I'm not saying that's a problem. Me and you cool. We cool. We ain't never had a beef. You know what I'm saying? We might not see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I've seen you put so much energy in Tiffany's campaign, and you kind of
because she hasn't been indicted, Mark.
Right. I know.
Our mayor has been indicted.
Yes,
all of the stuff that you guys are talking about is allegations.
Right.
Show me an indictment. Jackson got a federal indictment.
Yeah.
You know that. You was here when it was announced.
Yes.
And we heard no more about it.
No more.
It just went quiet. No more about it. That's not right, man.
That's not right. That's
and
so
all
true.
the focus has been on this young lady who has not been federally indicted. Now, if she gets federally indicted, hey, I'm all for whatever is right. But this guy, man, has caused irreparable harm to our community. He's cost us millions of dollars from tri-state disposal. And I challenge anybody to go look at it. Anybody, go look it up.
I looked it up. Look it up. So, Michael, what happens if he goes to jail?
Well, if he goes to jail, it's going to be just like Fort Heights. That means we're going to be forced as taxpayers to pay for another election.
But what I'm asking is who becomes mayor?
That's between the trustees. The trustees will vote on the interim mayor, and then the interim mayor will then have to run in 27. Let me tell you what else he did. See, I'm going to put it all out. Not only did he run and federally indicted, he manipulated the system. There's another trustee, Eric Levere, who ran 2 years ago. He beat me out 2 years ago by 100 votes. His term ain't up till 27. He had him to rerun again. So you know what he does? He stacks the board now. Now he stacks the board and gets to appoint another trustee because he had him to do an unconditional resignation, meaning that if it's a certain amount of days before the election, then you don't have to put that seat up for an election. He's calculating what he's doing. He's doing illegal things in this community, and nobody is saying anything about it. That's why I ran. I didn't run because I want to have a title or position. We got to stop the corruption in the Southland.
Mm-hmm.
Did you contact the news, Michael?
We have contacted the news. You know what they told us? Our only focus is Dolton and Aurora. They want to focus on Dolton and Aurora because Aurora mayor ran against Governor Pritzker. So they pumped a lot of money in his campaign to try to stop him from being reelected.
No, when I asked that,
I don't media's focus was.
Yeah, but I mean, I know they just started talking about Aurora, but I'm saying like all this time because I know that the news.
They wouldn't give us no. They wouldn't give us no.
Which news are you all contacting?
We contacted them all. 7, 5, 9, 11. The newspapers, whatever news station is out there, we have been on target because we wanted the residents to be informed before they went to the ballot. But not only that, to have a voter population of 7,500 and only 900 and some people come out to vote,
That was
you
bad.
can't complain if you don't vote.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our ancestors to die for us to vote.
That's true.
But you know what the problem is in Riverdale?
Mm-hmm.
Half of our population, 75% are renters. 75% of our population are renters.
Mm.
Meaning what? They don't care.
That brings a good point. So, Michael, do you think that's the problem with like the numbers in Dolton as well? Is what percentage there are renters?
I don't know what the percentage in Dolton of renters, but I think that there is a problem throughout the South suburbs. You have more people that are renting, and they don't understand that, because you rent, you still not helping paying the property tax with your rent.
Right.
You still have a stake in your community. And if we don't do anything, our communities are going to continue to go down, because you look at the voters. 13% come out to vote, and we got a population of 10,000. 10,000 residents.
I was surprised with you all's numbers.
900 and some people came and elected their entire council. That's sad.
I was surprised.
Now,
That's
Mike.
sad.
Calumet City's numbers were low.
Yeah. Mike, I want to ask you a question. And I heard through the grapevine, there's nothing to storm, just here. I'm hearing that it may have been some election fraud going on or something, some type of way in Riverdale.
I no doubt about it.
Okay.
Every election, Martin, every election, the numbers are the same for his entire slate that wins. You got to go and look at it. It's always the same. And I'm going to tell you why. It's those absentee ballots. They need, the state of Illinois need to get, not only the state, the federal government need to stop these absentee ballots, because it's a way for you to cheat and tag yourself. Because guess what? I can send an absentee ballot to a vacant house and have it and fill it out and say, hey, somebody lives there, if nobody is doing the check and balance. It used to be you could not obtain an absentee ballot unless you had a special circumstance, meaning, hey, you may be going out of town, or you were in the military, things of that sort. When they opened this thing up, and I know why the Democrats did it, because they looking at how they could win. And now they have created an animal, man. This is an animal with these absentee ballots. And I'm going to tell you, do your research. An incumbent doesn't have to go out. And let me tell you something, he didn't campaign. Neither of his team campaigned. Why? I campaigned hard. I knocked on every resident during Riverdale over 5 times. I called. I was in their face. This guy did nothing but 2 mailers. And he did negative pieces against me and Earhart.
I've seen that.
Because he already knew he had it in the bag because of the absentee ballot. But 2, we didn't do enough to alert the community that, hey, this guy is under indictment. Federal indictment. You got to read that.
Because it was a while since I heard about that, because I heard about it like last year, maybe early last year. And then I didn't hear about it. Like I heard it maybe it was the year before even when it first happened, but I didn't hear about it again.
And the thing that made me sick, he blamed his wife for everything. He said she was the mastermind.
Wow.
You got to read that. It's some serious stuff.
Mike, Mike, now you are more popular than Michael Earhart first on the political arena. But I don't really consider Michael Earhart as a real politician. I might say that. Really, I'm just saying that. But I will call you, I would consider you a hard-nosed politician. A lot of people knew. And I read a flyer. Also, I posted something for you guys. Anyway, I read a flyer where they made a statement that they did not want Dolton politics in Riverdale. So they painted you as Dolton politics and Michael Earhart as politics.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Mark.
Go ahead.
Tiffany is our current supervisor.
Right.
You got to work with elected officials. I'll be a damn, excuse my friend, I'll be a damn fool if I say Trump ain't my president and I need federal dollars in my community. You have to learn to work with your elected officials. That's the problem in Riverdale. You don't work with your elected officials. Whether you like them, like what they're doing or not, they're in that seat. You have to work with them. So I work with Tiffany. Why? Because I got seniors that need the help. They need the assistance.
Because you all have a
We take
senior
taxes
center
for that.
there, right? You all have a senior
Yes,
center.
our senior center
Yeah.
is right there in Riverdale.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna work with Tiffany so that I can get resources for my community. I'm gonna work with Trump. I'm going to Washington D.C. to tell him, hey,
That is true, Michael. I think that you did a great job of distancing yourself, because I remember people were asking where you were. I said, well, that's pretty smart, because people did kind of, sometimes, my mom was a teacher and she always talked about association. And I think you did a great job. But I think at the time that you did, I understand you having to work with people. They already saw you kind of as, part of that. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And let me say this. Although you support a person and you're with a person, don't mean you're going to take on a person's characteristics or do what a person is doing. And I'm not saying anything against Tiffany. Tiffany did a lot of great things for her community and the township, as well as everything else. But you got a lot of things that outweigh. But let me say something. I gave House a tidbit of information. And this is what I told House, because I'm a 2-time elected trustee from Dixmoor. And I used to go at it with my mayors. I'm not going to say I did. I didn't agree with a lot of things they did. But one thing an elderly alderman told me, former alderman from the city of Harvey, Alderman Daryl Cruder, came and told me, he said, Mike, one thing you got to do is respect that chair. I don't care what you think or what you feel about a person. Respect the chair, because guess what? One day you're going to be in that chair and you're going to want that respect. So what did I tell Mr. House? I said, House, the same kind of way that y'all did Tiffany and did this and did that, guess what? It's going to come back. Because whatever you sow, you're going to reap. You're going to reap. And
let me ask you, Michael, that's a great point. I've heard you give that example before. Did you give her the same?
I've given her a lot of advice. I've given her a lot of advice.
Because the same thing did happen to her the way she did the other mayor. She did the same thing to him, and they mocked him when he had a stroke. And I'm not telling a fib.
No, you're not. I'm not saying it's not just her. You got to talk about, it's a lot of mayors.
Oh, yeah, I did say other people.
Now.
I said other people. I said
it's a lot of them. I can name probably about 5 or 6 of them that did the same thing. And guess what has happened when they have taken over the seat? They got a lot of problems going on. That happened in Dixmoor with Fitzgerald Roberts. He treated Kevin Grimmett in a way that was not right. He treated Dorothy Armstrong in a way that's not right. He did Yvonne Davis. And when he inherited the seat, what happened in Dixmoor? He had all type of problems, water problems. Because guess what? Whatever you sow, you're going to reap.
That's what all of us.
I'm not going to say I was a perfect elected official. I was not. I made some mistakes and did some things. That's because I was immaturity. I was 18 at the time I got elected.
You know what you just did, Michael?
You know what I
took accountability. But you just said I made some mistakes.
Yeah.
He has never heard her say she's made mistakes. Everything is everyone else's fault. People respect you when you can say that you made mistakes.
I agree. That's not up to me. But I can say this: what helped us as young elected officials back then is we had seasoned elected officials. You talking about Ronald Waters from the city of Harvey, seasoned alderman. We had Alderman Daryl Cruder. We had Mayor Eric J. Kellogg. You had all of these other senior elected officials that you had to keep your game sharp, meaning you had to know the law. You had to learn. The elected officials today, they are weak because, number one, they don't read. They don't know what their power, their authority is as being trustees and aldermen. They listen to the lawyers, and guess what? These lawyers are running amok over our community because you call them every 5 and 20 minutes about this question, that question. They're billing you, and they're billing you at $125 an hour. Some are charging you $225 an hour.
And they don't necessarily know municipal laws. It's like when Shantae came to Dolton, she didn't even know the law. You have to do your job as an elected official. And I've been asking Springfield, just like the school board,
The school board, you have to complete so many hours in order to still maintain your seat. They need to do that for these municipal offices, because guess what? That would stop a lot of the corruption. Because you would know you can't do play to play. You would know you can't give procurements without it going through bid process.
Mike,
you need to know these things.
Mike, let's take this other caller. Hold on, don't go anywhere. We want to see what this other caller has to say. Hey, caller, 6227. Hey, caller, go ahead. You're live, uncut, unedited. Caller?
Martin, how you doing?
Good.
Martin.
Yes.
How you doing, big bro?
I'm good.
I'm gonna say this, man. What happened? They cheated my bro Michael Earhart real good. That's for one. And the reason why they didn't get a lot of media coverage is for three reasons. They were so worried about Aurora, Dolton, the town of Cicero. That's why no media covered Riverdale. That's why no media covered any other mayor race in no suburb. Because the main focus they was focusing on was
But
Dolton,
they definitely were about Cicero.
the town of Cicero, and Aurora. Then the three main things the media was focused on, the newspapers focused on. But to them is this: every town should deserve the same media coverage for when you running for any position or office when it comes to politics. Just don't show favoritism to the town of Cicero. Just don't focus on Aurora because Mayor Irvin was going against the governor. That's not fair to anybody else.
And you know what, Michael? Go ahead. I ain't gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
Now, in two, ain't no way if Michael Earhart was leading. I don't even know the guy. Don't care about him, honestly. If Michael Earhart was leading him, because I know for sure, I had my family that live in Riverdale, they went and voted for Michael Earhart. Ain't no way if you leave somebody, and the polls close in 1 hour, all of a sudden everything changed. But the killing part, what the Democrats need to do, them absentee vote, they need to stop that completely. Because if you got over 500 empty addresses in Riverdale, just imagine I could send 5 them voting things to them addresses, and that's 500 votes can go toward me.
I don't know how that works, but
so the Democrats
He's talking the truth, Mark. He's not lying.
So that's what happened. So just say them 500 empty houses or apartments. That's 500 votes I can use for myself because I can make up a name easy to get that paper there. And when the mail person runs, let me get all that mail.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
And let me not even talk about our mail didn't run for about 4 or 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Throughout the entire up to Riverdale.
So
our mail did not run for 5 days. We didn't get mail. So if you wanted to put a message out, you couldn't do it.
You couldn't put a message out.
Now you tell me that ain't corruption at its best.
But the thing of it is, and I say this to say, why everybody's so worried about Trump, the Democrat Party is corrupt. It's corrupt.
All of them corrupt.
Because that's why we're in the position we're in now. Like with them immigrants, they thought they was going to get them immigrants to vote for them, and it backfired on them.
Now you do know Illinois has had several Republican governors that have gone to jail, right? Republican.
Yes, I know that.
I know. Okay.
I know that Illinois is corrupt. If people don't pay attention, look at Mike Madigan. He finna go to jail.
Yeah.
And let me say this. Now, God bless his soul. Do y'all really think Frank Zuccarelli checked out of here off of COVID? You better pay attention. You better pay attention. He was next in line. I'm telling you what I know. He was next. They was coming.
Wow.
He was next.
Wow.
And he was a loved man. But guess what? He did some stuff too. And we had no coverage out here.
Yeah.
At that time, it was only Keith Price fighting. And I was on Zuccarelli's side. And then I started fighting because I started seeing the injustices. He wanted to pick who he wanted to be in office. And those people had to bow down and kiss the ring. If you didn't bow down and kiss the ring, you wasn't getting no endorsement. You were not getting an endorsement in Thornton Township. But we had no news coverage. Chief almost took him out. When I say Chief is one of the coldest when it comes to knowing the elections and knowing how to challenge people, he had Zuccarelli down. And what they did, they didn't tell him the court date. And Zuccarelli stayed on the ballot. I'm telling you, you guys are talking about one thing, but I'm telling you what we have been living through. Ever since I've been able to vote in Thornton Township since the age of 18, I've seen the different players of the game. I've seen them. And now we're just getting all this coverage, but we should have been had coverage out here in the Southland.
Yeah.
Right.
We should have been had it. Because
Regina says she's going to be out there more.
Proper. Huh?
Yeah, Regina said she's going to be out there more.
Yeah, because that's the next high.
I pray she does.
But you know what? Let's be honest. Now, you might not like Michael Smith, but he's telling the truth. I'll say this because Tiffany she wasn't indicted. This gentleman, this mayor out there in Riverdale, he was indicted.
Yeah, I was shocked.
And no one said anything.
I said I would never vote.
Yeah, nobody said nothing.
Yesterday.
Nothing. Nobody said anything.
I said I would never vote for an indicted mayor.
Well, see, Martin, another thing, Martin, I'm going to tell you the reason why. If whoever was running in Riverdale, I love Mike, that's my brother. He supposed to put his foot down and said something about this indicted mayor. I really don't know because, first of all, they're not giving them the TV coverage, they're not giving them the radio time, and they're not giving them the newspaper time they should get him. So if I was running for the mayor in Riverdale, that would have been my number one point to get out to the people.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all gonna either vote for a convicted felon that's going to the penitentiary, or if y'all won't change. That wasn't never been addressed. Yeah. And I tell Mike to his face, I love him. That's his fault. You running for mayor, you got to speak up.
I think he was trying to be politically.
You can't be passionate. You can't do that in politics. Because at the end of the day, if I'm running for politics, my opponent gonna look at everything since I was born on this earth to now
for the week.
That's negative.
Yep.
So when you into this politics world, you can't be passionate. You can't be saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna do this." You got to come with your gloves off and your sleeves rolled up because they're gonna do it to you.
Right. Yeah, I agree, definitely. Because I thought the same thing that you said, because it reminded me of, don't you remember when Obama was president and they were talking about this whole changing of guards? And, you know, we never grew up hearing about this whole changing of guards, but they made a big deal. Well, the reason I thought Bush made a big deal out of it is because he didn't want us to know about the $1 trillion he was leaving. And if you notice, Obama didn't say anything for a few years. And it came up and he said, y'all left it. But we had never heard it, remember? And he was trying to be so politically correct. And so, yeah, when you're sometimes trying to be politically correct like that, it can hurt you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Riverdale don't know this man. They know what he supposed to did, but they ain't did nothing. So you got to go in and let the people know. When you running for any position, I don't care what the position is, you got to say, you know what, I'm going to hold my own town hall meetings with the community to let them know. When you ain't nobody that I saw in these South suburbs, honestly, took time out to say, I'm going to roll my sleeves up, I'm going to hold my town hall meetings. None of them did that. None of them. They going off like with Urban and Aurora, great brother. The reason why they trying to down him, the reason why they want to down him, because he's China's Christian.
There you go.
That's the only reason they trying to down him.
Aurora is doing. Aurora got a lot of business, and Urban is doing an excellent job. He's doing an excellent job.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
When you had time, we gonna ride out there. I'm gonna show you because I've been out there when I lived in Wheaton. How that man he changed Aurora around. He the one came up with, like, you know what? Right across the street from the outlet, let's put this new casino. Cause downtown Aurora, people don't even go down there. If anybody know about Aurora, they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the hood. So
Aurora
he
is
said,
always, you all. Aurora is much bigger than people think. Aurora, I lived in that area. Aurora has always, I lived in Bolingbrook, Woodridge, but Aurora has always had a lot of businesses. They had Fox Valley Mall. They had Lord & Taylor, Marshall Fields, all in one mall. Then, they have always done a great job. And then they sold some of the property, which used to be Aurora, to Naperville. So we know it as Naperville, but it was always Aurora before.
Okay.
Guys, a lot of people don't know that
man,
because they ain't never been out that way.
They're trying to tarnish his character because he took a run at Pritzker. That's what I'm saying. And we as African Americans have got to stand up and support our black politicians that are doing the right thing. We got to support them. And stop listening to what this media is putting out about them. Because all of it is not true. But it's every time we hear something, we run with it and think it's the truth. It's not. Just like people thought, I'm going to tell you, he put out, I was a pedophile. Don't you know if I was a pedophile, I couldn't run for office? I couldn't even, I had to register as a sex offender. That's how much he focused on me, because why? Jackson was scared of a young black brother that ain't going to just take anything and go with it. He going to read. He going to know the law. That's why people are scared of me in the South Suburbs. Because I'm educated. I read. I don't take no for an answer. I challenge the attorney.
I seen it. I seen you, boy. I watch you.
I challenge them.
I watch you. Let me take this.
Because, man, I want what's best, man. I ain't never stole a dime or done anything improper or illegal. Now, there was an issue that happened in Dixmoor everybody want to talk about with the gas. I was 18 years old. I didn't know I couldn't get gas as an elected official doing my duties in the village. I didn't know that. But guess what? When I learned it was wrong, I went, faced my time with the judge, and I said, hey, I didn't know. I apologize. He said, you know what? You're a young man. Pay your $50. Do your little probation, whatever, and it's off your record. You're good. We're not going to just throw you down the rug like that. But I appreciate that. But yes, I made mistakes as a trustee in Dixmoor. I did. And guess what? It came back and haunted me, a lot of the mistakes I made. But I then apologized to the residents. And guess what? The residents reelected me back because I provided service to them. I provided service. I was there to hear their complaints and their concerns.
Okay, let's take this new caller real quick. Hold on, guys. 5625. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller.
So, hey, Mark.
Hey.
I live in Riverdale.
Okay.
I live in Riverdale, and I've been watching everything. They did never say who won the race. For Riverdale. Now, the man that was running against the old mayor, he has been out here politicking. He knocked on my door. Me and my husband talked to him. We put our signs in the yard. He has been putting it out here that he's running for mayor. He really has. Now, has he went back and talked dirty about what the previous mayor has done? No, he didn't say that. But he has been in Riverdale and he has been politicking.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
he has.
My thing is,
none of that.
Go
he
ahead.
feed the homeless. He feed the homeless. He give away food. He gave away food all summer long. He is who he is. But I'm just trying to figure out where's the numbers? Did they win? Did they calculate any numbers? I mean, we heard about Harvey. We heard about everybody except Riverdale. So do we still have the same mayor?
Yes.
Under an indictment?
Yes. You still have
Where's
the same
the
mayor
at?
and his administration.
Okay,
They
Mike,
won.
tell us
They
the
didn't show
numbers.
the numbers.
Mike, what's the numbers over there?
Okay, let me pull up the numbers for you
Okay.
guys.
Yeah,
I
so
was
they
gonna say, you
didn't
can
show
hit the
numbers on
link.
news or none of that.
It's in the link.
So for the mayor
Okay.
race, you had Mike with 382. Lawrence Jackson had 549 votes.
Okay.
Karen Holcomb, who is the current clerk, she had 583 votes. Betty S. Urban, who was running against her, had 359 votes. Michael A. Smith, who I was running for trustee, I had 384. Bradley A. Smith had 452. Eric Levere had 448. Gregory Lewis had 447. Pamela Henning had 433. And Rashina Thomas had 374. Now the ones with the 452, 448, 447, they are the current elected officials. They got reelected. And you see how close their numbers are to 500 that we talked about.
He never came out. The current mayor, I never seen him. But I do see the guy that was running up to him. He get turkeys out at the Save a Lot or whatever it is up there. Yeah, I see him. He's been very vigilant in Riverdale. I have not seen the mayor that's been here. And then he ain't knocked on my door. He ain't asked for the vote. He ain't asked for nothing. And I am so very surprised.
Well, he had the votes because he did the absentee ballot. He did over 500 something absentee ballots, and that's what got him elected.
All in the
what
queue.
he did.
All in the queue. Thank you for tuning in, super duper producer. Thank you for your support. Somebody shout out to you. People, it's a lot going on because I had another person that lives in Riverdale. Well, actually, he doesn't vote. He asked me who won, what's the results, and I told him, well, Michael Earhart lost. And I had told him that Mike had like 300 some votes to the mayor 500 some votes. So I don't know what's going on, Michael Smith. Are they going to take him to court? Or are they going to challenge this election, or what's the deal?
They got to do something because it's unbelievable that he won.
Hold on, sister. Let me talk.
He didn't even come out and pursue himself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Go ahead, Mike.
So
Smith.
what I do know is we are looking into remedies to look into this election to see what's going on. We're gathering all of our resources, and we are going to go and look at these absentee ballots because that is a way in which you can cheat. Now, what people don't understand, when you do an absentee ballot, it has to be post-dated by Election Day. Not only that, it has to be signed. It has to be a stamp dated on it by the post office. All of these things make a difference. And if one of them are violated, that vote should not count at all. That ballot should be thrown away. But also you have to check with your addresses. Like the young man said, we have over 500 and some vacant homes in Riverdale. We have over 500 and some vacant homes. And so very well, a person could have been registered at that vacant home. And I know because I've seen several on my list that I marked as vacant and nobody lives there. But guess what? It was a registered voter there.
They use that?
It was a registered voter there. So we have some serious issues going on because they were so confident, Martin. They didn't knock on doors. They wasn't even out on.
I'm telling you, they did.
You know how your elected officials stand and work the polls on election day? Not one of them worked the polls at all. They were not.
And I live with not one of them knocked on my.
Michael Smith.
The man who was running against him asked me, could he put a sign in my yard? I said, absolutely.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Hey, Michael, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I never met you, but I heard great things about you. The reason why that man won and he's going to come out, you said it and I said it. Them absentee, them votes.
Yep.
That's why That's why he ain't volunteering out there. That's why he won word. If I'm running for mayor, if I can get 500 of them absentee ballot votes, I'm already ahead. So I'm not worried about early voting. I'm not worried about nobody going to the polls that day, especially in Riverdale. A lot of people didn't vote because they really didn't get no media coverage. I ain't saying you, sweetie. A lot of people didn't vote. You look at the population and you look at the vote. It says it different. If Michael Earhart would have held town hall meetings like he's supposed to, them people would have knew.
But look, y'all, he was at that pick and save. It ain't the pick and save, but I call it that because that's what it looked like. He was up there every day getting signatures, knocking on doors. When you've been living in Riverdale and you know your mayor ain't getting nothing, and it's a new mayor coming around, he had this big truck, even with lights. He was asking, he was talking, he give away turkeys. He's helping the community.
Ma'am,
I've been here 3 years and I ain't seen the new mayor do anything.
Ma'am, listen to what you're saying. I can come give away turkeys. That ain't nothing.
No.
You got the whole. Listen to me. You got the whole town hall meetings with your peoples in them communities. You got to really let them know. I'm running for mayor. This is my name. This is what I'm out to do. Make change. Town hall means everything when you running for mayor in these suburbs.
Do you not know the only grocery store in Riverdale is that Save a Lot?
That's not Riverdale. That's Dolton.
That's not even Riverdale. That's Dolton.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a block away. Only a block divide.
But it's not Riverdale, though.
Which means Riverdale, we go there too. Only a block divider.
Okay, hold it.
But we need our own thing within our community. We don't have one. That's Dolton. And then it used to be a Jules where the alternative school was at, and that left. So we are in a food desert. We don't have our local, like you say, it is Save a Lot.
But that man was out there every day.
We can go to Dolton.
Get on that
Hold it,
ballot.
sister. Hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it, sister. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
I was saying that we have the only thing we have is CVS, Family Dollar,
James Mack.
And that's it. That's all we have in our community.
All right, hold it, Mike.
No other grocery store.
We got a caller that's a guest out of town. Area code 662, Mr. Mack. Come on, Mr. Mack. All right.
Hey, my broadcast brother, how are you? I got a couple of questions for your guest, especially Michael Smith.
Okay.
How could you ask people to vote for you, sir, and you and your cohorts antagonized, threatened, bullied people, not even in Riverdale? You came to Dolton, you and Keith Price, in cahoots, knowing what's going on. Brother, you wasn't going to win that race. No way. And I'm not talking about your personal habits or what you've done. That's not my business. Understand? No. I heard all this stuff that you said. Nobody's asking you or making a proper statement or question to you. Sir, give an account for your behavior, for what you have done, and how people say, wait, how people saw you act the clown and act the fool. How would I want to vote for you when you weren't even paying attention to Riverdale? Your tail was all the way over in Thornton Township, over at the township, and over at Dolton. When have you even had time to go to Riverdale? Sir, you act like you've done nothing. You act like Keith Price has done nothing. You act like Freeman has done nothing. You even act like Tiffany has done nothing. The woman is corrupt. You won't admit that. Oh, she did nothing. She did this. She gave a turkey. Well, stop acting like the South suburbs is hungry and everybody over there is starving in a third world country. I don't want your funky chicken. I don't need your mashed potatoes, but I need you to give an account, sir, for the actions that you did in front of the world. Everybody knows you. You're the most popular. Hold on, no. If you give me a chance, I'll be through. No, sir. You're not gonna filibuster me, sir. Give me a chance, and I'm gonna hang up and let somebody else talk. Let me talk. It don't matter. Sir, let me finish. Let me say it. Don't holler. You see how you act now? How would I vote for you, sir?
Mike,
you don't know how
could I vote for you? I lived there. I lived in South Suburbs.
Mike, hold it for a minute, Mike. Let him get out. He's out. He's a guest.
Yes,
let him say whatever you want to say. I promise you, if you need 5 minutes, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. If you need 10, I'm gonna give it.
I just need 1 minute.
No,
you
good,
Matt.
I just need one of
your minutes.
Listen, Matt.
Okay. All I'm saying is, Mr. Smith. Yes, sir. Mr. Smith. All I'm saying to you, sir, and I'm calling you Mr. Smith out of respect, sir. Your actions that you proved on national TV, I covered as a journalist, a broadcast journalist, witness you stand up to the podium and antagonize Mr. Roberts. Why do you have to involve yourself in affairs that don't belong? You need to be in Riverdale. Be in Riverdale. Michael the gentleman that feeds the homeless. I know him well. Don't compare. You can't even hold a stick to him. Get your life together, brother, because you're wrong. You won't confess. You won't say nothing. You won't tell the truth about Tiffany. But you know something? You going to be following her right to the pen, too. You may not have got convicted, but there's some funny business going on there, sir, that you admitted. You admitted that you did. You admitted grooming. You admitted calling that underage girl. You did. So why would I want you as a public official and you can't even admit to your wrong? You need to get off of here and go find you some religion and get you some repentance, because I'm glad they didn't elect you, because you're not qualified, sir. You don't know as much as you think you know. You need to go back to school and learn some civics. You need to even really go back and learn Robert's Rules of Order, because you tried to run over the people in the township. You're a mess, mister, and how could you sit there? You're a narcissist. You believe your own lie. Just like your girl, Tiffany. Y'all believe like she's out there out feeding the people. Like everybody in Thornton Township is hungry. Ain't nobody starving over there. There's a lot of people working, got nice homes and everything else, and y'all act like they're a charity case. You are an embarrassment, sir, to the black community. You talk about, I'm going to get Trump. I'm going to get Trump. You sound like that idiot up there. His day is coming just like your brother Martin. I'll holler at you, and I got an invitation for you on my show. Somebody needed to set that joker straight, and I hope I did it. I can't call that man out his name. I can't say he's this and that or he did this and that, but on paper, Mike, on paper, you admitted you called that young girl. What you calling a 15-year-old girl for? What kind of man are you, sir? What kind of man are you?
Sir, first of all,
if that was my daughter, I'd be whooping your tail. And I got respect for you. Man, you too. I'll holler at you, Martin. I'll holler at you, Martin.
All right.
I don't think you have.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
I don't think you have.
Go ahead,
That's
Mike.
the problem I got, Martin.
Go ahead.
I have a problem with people that don't live in Thornton Township, that don't pay high property tax like I pay. He don't pay that. He don't know what's going on. He's only hearing what he see on the news. And do you not know those same people you talking about antagonizing? Those are the people that put out the mess and started the mess. Now, I'm going to say this. They think it's going to stop in Thornton Township and Dolton. It's not, because you opened up a Pandora box. So just like they were on Tiffany, they're going to be on House. They're going to be on the Mall. They're going to be on Napoleon Harris. And for people that got something to say, you got somebody running for supervisor that's not even a resident of Thornton Township. He lives in Rich Township, in Flossmoor. Everybody got something to say about what somebody is doing. I stand up for Tiffany because she has not been indicted. And if you guys pay attention, the feds did a subpoena on everybody. It's on House. It's on the attorneys. It's on everybody. Look it up. Stop having these blinders. They're not just looking at Tiffany Henyard. They're looking at everybody. They're looking at everybody, and she has not been convicted. Let's say that. These are allegations. Then you say she stole. What has she stole? Do you not know, as elected officials, in your budget, you can travel. You can travel. People travel. You guys have convicted her already before she even gone before a judge. She hadn't even gone before a judge yet. And you guys are saying she's guilty. I thought you are proven innocent until proven guilty.
First of all, she's guilty on how she. First of all, she's guilty on how she talked to people that put her in the office.
Hold it. Let Mike finish talking. I gotta give him his time. Go ahead.
You can't do that to a person. You guys gotta wake up, man. Y'all gotta wake up. Not only have they done this to this sister, I've seen them do Kim Fox the same exact way. And now we don't know what we got in the state attorney's office.
Don't you
hold it, ma'am. Hold it. Ma'am, I'm asking you to hold it.
We've done the same thing to her. We've done the same thing. I watch us. We lynch each other. Let's stop that.
Mike.
If you got a problem with a person, I would respect us more if we say, you know what,
Mike,
sister, I wouldn't do this like that.
Mike.
Pull a person to the side. But the way that you guys have ridiculed her, you guys have killed her in the public, killed her name. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't have no sense of decency, no sense of respect.
Mike.
Come on.
Mike, I want to ask you an honest question, and I know Tiffany personally, and I still love Tiffany. I didn't support her and things like that. I didn't bad name her, but it was some things that she didn't need to be convicted of. We had proof of. It's some things that she's done.
What's the proof, Mark?
One proof is one signature on a check. That's one thing. We got that. We got that proof.
On which check?
Okay, a check that a $500,000 check that she had one signature on there.
A $500,000 check.
Right.
Do you not know? Let me say this, Mark. That's why I say we got to educate the people.
Go ahead.
There are two signers on the check at all times. But guess what? I've been in the village where my mayor only signed the check and the trustee or the clerk didn't sign the check. It still makes it valid. It don't stop it. Why? Because the mayor is the chief executive officer of the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the clerk. It's not the trustee. You guys got to learn. And don't take from what I'm saying, Mark.
No, I ain't going to take it personally.
65 ILCS, please. Look at 65 ILCS. Let me tell you something else. When I was as the administrator over there, and I'm going to talk and say this, do you not know we had people on payroll that's supposed to have been off the payroll? We want to talk? I'm going to put it out here. You know who was on payroll, Mark?
Let me
Carmen Carlisle.
Oh, you snitching, huh?
Still on Dolton payroll and don't come to work. That's close payrolling, man. Come on, I'm going to name some more people. There was a lot of wrongdoing being done.
Hold it, ma'am. Hold it. Let them talk. Let them talk. They want
to talk about the ice rink, the Amazon purchases. That was the first thing I went and dug up. The Amazon purchases was for the ice. You know why? Because Keith Freeman was lying all the time and told her, hey, we got a grant. He didn't get no grant. He went to Amazon along with the finance person, Janice Johnson, and they signed the check.
Hold it right there. Now hold it.
So I got there.
Mike, hold it. So are we talking about that grant that Tiffany put our receipts and said that the trustees voted down as well? Are we talking about that same grant? That $600,000?
Different grant.
Okay.
Different grant.
Okay.
Total different grant.
Okay. All right.
Total different grant.
Okay. I'm just asking.
This is something that they said, hey, Tiffany went to Amazon and Tiffany didn't go to Amazon. She didn't do the Amazon. She didn't. That was Keith Freeman. I'm telling you guys, a lot of stuff y'all got, Mark, is misinformation, man. It's misinformation. I ain't got to lie on Tiffany. Tiffany ain't stole a dime. She ain't been convicted. But here we are, we talking about her, and we got Jackson, who's been convicted, who's been indicted. And we're not saying nothing about that. And this man is still running the finances of our community.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I went to Dolton trying to educate the people. Let me not say educate, because that may be offensive. Let me take that back. I was trying to give knowledge to the people about the system and how things work.
Okay.
I get it. I'm not a resident of Dolton. I'm not a taxpayer. So I apologize if I offended people. But my only thing to coming to those meetings were to give knowledge about how things work. Because you got the trustees that's involved in the day-to-day operations. That's not your job.
Okay,
Mike.
Go ahead real quick. We got a new
Mike.
caller. Go ahead.
I got one question, big
We got a
bro.
new caller.
I want to say something too,
No,
Mark.
I got a new caller. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike,
Go ahead.
I got one question. So look, when this clown in Riverdale, right, go to jail, when he go to jail for sexual harassment, them sexual harassment charges.
I don't know if he got sexual harassment charges.
Riverdale.
No, he don't have sexual harassment.
No, it's not sexual. It's not sexual harassment.
But he ain't been convicted either. Just like her.
Listen, listen. I'm listen. I always had this problem with you. You don't respect the panel. You don't respect me. Okay. Thank you for hanging up. Let me go to the new caller. Hold it, Larry. Let me go to this new caller. 323, because she didn't want to hear what I had to say. She always disrespectful. Go ahead, out of town caller. Go ahead. Area code 323. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
My brother, how are you?
All
my
right.
brother, how are you doing?
Good. I'm wonderful.
My brother.
Yes, sir. Respect now. Go ahead.
Yes. So my beach did not win. It is okay. I don't know the problem that you all have with her. I vote, and my brother, she still lose. And I hear people say all of these things. And can you hear me, my brother?
I hear you loud and clear.
It seems like you're talking. I cannot hear you.
I hear you. I don't have to talk.
My man. Okay, no problem, brother. So I vote for her, and she no win. So I don't know. I think she put Dolton on the map. Dolton is now being speak about globally. It never was before. Now they go back to normal. Nobody know. Nobody care again. So they should have voted her back in just for the publicity of the neighborhood, because now it go back to shit the way it was before she was there. What do you think about what I say, my friend? Great hat. I love the hat.
Thank you. Listen, let me just say, sir, I don't answer questions. I do the answering. I do the asking. So maybe you can talk to one of the other people on the panel or something like that.
That's what she said to me. She said that yesterday. She said that yesterday.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just respect to you and everything, but the people, at the end of the day, the people spoke. They did not want Tiffany in office anymore. They spoke. So you can't deny that. The people spoke. So I'm just a well-wisher. I'm just a congratulator. I wouldn't consider myself as a hater, but at the end of the day, and I'm a vlogger, but it's not what I think or what I say. What really matters, the voters, the residents of Dolton went there and voted, and they made their choice, and we got to live with it. Jason House is the new.
The only thing I dislike about her was her wig. It always tilted. But other than that,
brother,
she was great.
Now you get personal. No, brother, listen. We don't do that on here. We don't get personal, brother. We don't do that.
I know me rude, but it's true. Did you see the way it tilted? It was like hot.
No, listen. We don't do that on here, bro.
Sideways. It was always sideways.
Brother, we don't do that on here. We don't talk about people attire and dress.
Oh, no. What I do wrong?
That have nothing to do.
So say her wig sideways no good?
Listen, that have nothing to do with her policies and where she ran things, her wig. So that's personal. So you could have kept that to yourself.
I thought when she had hat on, she pull hat off and we'd go with it. But it never happened.
But thank you. You have a nice day. You have a nice day. Thank you.
What?
You have a nice. I cut him off because I don't like that.
Hey, Mike, back to our college.
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Go ahead,
hey, Mike, back to what I was saying. He lost his job at the county for sexual harassment, right?
No.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Yes.
Did he? I don't know. Okay.
Yes, Jackson did. It was a part of sexual harassment, and it was he lied about his sick time. He was being a trustee in Riverdale when he said he was sick, and he was not sick. And they called him at the Riverdale meeting, and they fired him. I got the paperwork. I FOIA'd it from the county. I got it.
Hey, no, see, this is what I want to know, Mike. So when he get convicted, when he get convicted, right?
Yeah.
So how would Riverdale, the next step, would they do another vote for?
So what happens is the trustees amongst themselves will take a vote on who will be what you would call the interim mayor. The interim mayor will sit until 27 because you only get to sit until there's an election. So instead of us just electing the trustees, 3 trustees, we're going to elect a mayor. And that person will serve out the rest of his entire term until he'll get 4 years. So the election, if I do the math right, we're looking at 230, maybe, Martin, am I right?
Yeah, probably somewhere.
Or am I wrong?
Okay, because 227, 28, 29, 30, maybe 31. Yeah.
Yep. 231 is when the person will sit, and then they will have to run again for the seat. It's the same thing happened in Ford Heights. Okay, the mayor got elected while he was still convicted, going through his conviction, and they sentenced him, and he had to step down. And the trustees then elected one amongst themselves who's sitting until this election now, and April 1st, and then April 1st there will be a mayor. And by the way, I'm sorry, I got to shout out. I went to Limbs tonight because they received the James Beard Award, and that was my first time eating at Limbs Barbecue. It's very good.
Okay, all right.
Hey, so Mike, don't you think on the Democrat side, Republican, if a person get convicted, shouldn't it be a way now that they shouldn't even be allowed on the ballot if you fight a case like that?
No. You get to run. The problem is he's been indicted, okay? And then indicted and conviction is 2 different things, okay? When you get convicted, that means they voted or the jury or whoever said that you were guilty of that crime. So until he gets a conviction, he can run, okay? Because the state of Illinois says this: you can run as a felon. The problem is you won't be able to take the oath of office unless you get a pardon or either the restoration of rights. That's the law they changed. And they changed that law because of Mayor Apagua in Markham. Okay? He got elected. The people will was he be the mayor. And so what they did, they changed the legislation. But I believe because we have a current president that had the felonies and everything else, I believe they're going to change the law to allow felons to run. I've always been in favor of felons running. I think once you serve your time, you pay your debt to society. That shouldn't be something held over your head anymore. You should be able to run. You should be able to live your life because you paid your debt to society. We're the only country and nation that holds things over people's heads, and that's not right. They've done their time. Let them be able to run and do what they need to do to move on with their life.
Okay. Man, this has been a great show. But man, y'all had a lot of information. You, Michael Smith, you, Michael Earhart. I don't know why you guys didn't really push that button. Push it. Push. You had to push. I mean, I know Mike, he's not up with all that negative stuff, but it's politics, man. You got to play the game. If you can't play this game, you got this not for you, because people, we know, and Mike Smith, you've had experience with this mayor in Riverdale, so you know how he play. You know what playbook he play out of.
He play dirty.
He play real dirty, real dirty. So, man.
And I want to apologize, Martin. I didn't mean to get on your show and holler and scream and yell. That's my passion, man.
Right.
I'm passionate about this stuff. This is not just another dollar for me. This is not another thing. My wife even tell you. She said, Mike, leave it alone. Get out of it because your heart is too big for it. And it is, man. I don't. It didn't bother me that I didn't get reelected. You guys know what? Riverdale people missed out on a great opportunity because I would have served them well. They would have known everything going on in that village hall. I would have had meetings. I would have let them know what was going on. And like I said to the gentleman who said you never said you did anything wrong, that's a lie. He He who is without sin cast the first stone. I'm going to say I've made mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Matter of fact, my favorite scripture is I press towards the mark of the high calling in Christ Jesus. Not that I've already obtained perfection. We're not. That's why we got grace. God gives.
Okay, go ahead.
He gives us that. Am I right, Mark?
Yeah, he give us grace. He's slow to mercy. He gives us grace, people. We got to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, some of us, we're known fellas. We just didn't get caught. I was in the street, man, for a long time, and I just thank God I didn't get no felon. You know, it happened. It happened, but
nobody's perfect, and I'm not saying I was perfect.
Right.
I'm not saying everything I did, Martin, was right. I'm not saying I'm a saint. I made mistakes. I've asked the people to forgive me for that. I really have. I have. I don't have pride. I've made mistakes. And if the person didn't hear me say that, I've made mistakes.
All right.
Okay.
Hey Mike, hold on. Let me take this last caller right here. Then I got another subject to talk about. Come on, 9433, real quick. Come on, caller. 9433. Come on.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good.
I'm all right. I just wanted to say, what you put out, you will get it back. And God got a way of doing things. And Miss Henyard thought that she could not go down. She thought she was untouchable.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Real quick, I got a question for you, Mike. Shifting the focus back on Dolton. What do you think about the 20% turnout for the Dolton election? Do you think that was a bad, or was it good, okay, or fair, in your own words? Go ahead.
It's still bad because we have more registered voters in our communities that's not turning out. And Martin, I got work to do. I want to knock on residents' doors, and my question is, what disinterested you? What make you not want to come out to vote? That's the real question. Because to have a 20% turnout, that's not good. Because that means only a certain amount of people, 3,000 people, are deciding their leader. That's not good. That means it's something we all are doing wrong out there that we got to correct. Because guess what? It shows. That's why we have a Republican as the president. Because it's something we're not doing right, and we got to get things right. So I agree. That's bad, man. Same thing for us, 13%. Out of 7,000 voters, Martin, we had 989 come out. That's horrible. That's horrible. That means there's a disconnect somewhere. Somewhere we're not meeting or getting to the message of the people that's not energizing them to come out. And I think the only one that energized the people to come out, and we got to go back to it, was President Obama. He brought out people that probably never, ever took the time to vote, but they came out and they voted. And since then, our numbers have decreased. We got to find out what it is and get back in touch with the residents. We got to get back in touch. And I know some of the issues. These high property taxes. Man, these taxes are killing us. My mortgage went on my house from $750 to $1,100 to live here in Riverdale. That's the issue. That's the problem.
Hey, Mike Smith. Smith. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell you what the problem was. The reason why a lot of our youth don't vote because they feel only time we want to help them or tell them a dream when it's time to vote. We have to invest in our youth like I do. Because at the end of the day, that's our future. And now I respect the elders, but we got to reach the youth. We got
to.
True.
So true.
Because at the end of the day, that's why we're in the predicament we're in now. Because if we don't stand for nothing, we'll keep falling for anything.
So true.
And everybody overlook the youth. I don't overlook the youth because at the end of the day, I used to be a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, to the older people, politicians, yeah, Obama, everybody loved Obama. And since he not been the president, you ain't never lied. Young people don't even think about voting no more.
Nope.
They don't want to vote no more. I talk to a lot of them, like, what is I'm voting for? For them, the Democrats, they telling me a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to reach them before it's time for election. We have to start doing something for them, because at the end of the day, we're going to need the youth. I don't care how people want to look at it. We need the youth. And if people don't realize that, we're going to be in the same predicament we're in now. We're not going forward. We're going backwards.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Larry.
We're going backwards.
We're going to leave right there. I want to make an announcement real quick. They have Black people are getting together, 24-hour blackout on Friday, February 28th from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. This is the first step to counter the attack of the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. They said do not make any purchases, do not shop online or in stores, no Amazon, no Walmart, no Best Buy, no McDonald's, and other fast food stores, no gas, no major retailers. Do not use your credit card or debit card for non-essential spending. Try to buy all you need before Friday, February 28th, but not if necessary. Only buy essentials of absolutely necessary items such as food, medicine, emergency supplies. If you must spend, only support small local businesses. All right. Now it said this. Why this matters?
Hey, Martin, do you have a list of those businesses? Some of the list or examples of businesses that we can go into support?
No, I don't.
Maybe some people don't know.
No, I don't, okay. Mike. And that is so crucial. That is so crucial.
Okay.
Try to support Black-owned businesses. That's what we want. We got to call the people. I got to get out. Okay. Okay, we got a Dolton person. Okay, let me just finish reading this flyer, then I'll go to this last caller. Why this matter? Corporations and banks only care about their bottom line. Disrupting the economy for even one day sends a powerful message. And if they don't listen, we make the next blackout longer. Our numbers are powerful. This is how we make history. Spread the message. Please share this with all of your contacts. Talk about it, post about it, document your actions that day. We must use the power we do have and send an economic message with our numbers, as Dr. King did. All right, February 28th, 24-hour economic blackout begins. All right, I thought I'd share that with my people. All right, let's go to the last caller. Come on, caller. Make it quick. 5011. Come on, caller. What's your comment?
Well, how you doing, Martin?
Good.
And so I think,
Trina, hold it, Trina. Now listen, I don't need no cussing now, because you know you're gonna go. I don't need you to go up on deep end. All right, I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes, and I got to get out of here. Okay, go ahead. All right.
I don't even think I need that one.
All right, go ahead.
And so the community is celebrating the victory of Jason House. This is a team that's not transparent with the people, Martin.
Okay.
They're not being honest with the people. They're arguing with Tiffany, right? Saying that we're 3 million, 5 million in a deficit. Dalton is in $113 million deficit. $113 million.
You got them receipts?
I got them receipts. You know I do. I went to Hyde Park. You know what it is.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Should I? When do you want? You want to see the receipts? Oh, child, I thought we was on the string together.
But I'm gonna reach out to you.
Doing string, but you know what? I'm definitely doing a live this evening with that receipt, because the people need to know that. And it's right on our tax bill. It's right on everybody's tax bill.
Okay.
The true financial state of Dolton.
Okay.
The true financial state of Dolton. How do they plan on getting out of $113 million in debt? And they're not being honest about the amount of debt that Dolton is in. I've been telling the people for over a year that Dolton has been in receivership, meaning that the debt is so high that they can't pay it, and they're looking for an individual to step in and say, yeah, I'll pay you guys debt, because it's not going to be coming from the government or the state. I don't know why people have that ludicrous idea that it will or is, when the federal government is trillions in debt and the state is billions in debt. So you're not getting a bailout from any of those entities. It has to be a private individual. And there are such people, because they just had a private individual pay $54 million in debt for the school board to come out of receivership, Thornton 205, right here. But who's going to invest that type of money when you see this type of ghetto behavior? See, the school board doesn't conduct themselves like our municipal board. So how are we going to get out? And seeing that they get 39% of their revenue in Dolton from our tax dollars, it doesn't seem like they have a good plan. Businesses are only putting in 13%. And that reason is because they're always giving a Class 8 and a TIF to a business. The businesses must pay their fair share of taxes, just like the homeowners. They can't keep going in back doors like Jason just did a month ago and give a gas station a Class 8 and a TIF. First of all, the property is already there. So why are you giving them a break on that? Secondly, they have access to oil. So why in the hell can't they pay their share of taxes that they get from revenue? That's ridiculous. They did the same thing with the Dookie factory. Okay? They make $2 million annually to put 200,000 gallons of sewage from porta potties, Amtrak trains, CTA, everybody's dookie and feces, and they burn it in the community, and that's all you smell. In the summertime, you cut your AC on, that's all you smell. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they would do that to a community, and we're still not out of debt. Why won't they make these businesses pay? They're burning doo-doo. They should be paying on the revenue they're making to do that. And it's highly carcinogenic, meaning it holds a high level of cancer. Okay? More than 80% of the allowed amount, according to the Illinois EPA. But these are the people that are clean house. How are you cleaning house when you have a whole doo-doo factory here? That ain't clean. It's not healthy. And they ain't paying taxes. Why is it that you would give that Class 8 to that gas station? They need to pay taxes. And the TIF, what land did they get? And then he did a deal with ER Towing, one of the largest towing companies in the city of Chicago. He said it's confusing. Tiffany has 2 towing companies. They charge 2 different prices. It's confusing for the residents. Well, they're 2 different companies, and they can charge their own fees and prices. And so your answer to that confusion is to add a third and then say this company is going to give $25 back to Dolton for every tow that they do. Like, what do you mean?
Okay.
This is not, they are not clean, because in order to be clean, you need to be honest and you need to be truthful. Stop arguing about $5 and $3 million. And, oh, Tiffany broke Dolton. Dolton been broke since 2013, and those receipts will be coming out tonight. And they are indisputable.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Trina. Thank you. Put it out there. If you got the receipts, put it out there. Put it out there. Put it out there.
I'm gonna make you proud of me, Martin.
Please do. Please do.
Because you act like you can't take me nowhere.
Oh, no. Look at you, girl. Look at that. Girl, you can't even respect me on my panel. You be cussing me out, everything. Cussing my people out and all that. Listen. All right. I want to thank all my guests tonight, those that are still here with us on the panel. I want to thank all my wonderful followers that came out. Thank my haters as well. You made my day by made my numbers go up. So thank you so much. Thank all my ghost watchers. Thank you too. Now, for those that really care about this channel, all you got to do is hit the like button, and I guarantee you make me happy. So thank y'all so much. Thank you, Mike Smith. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Trina. Thank you guys all the time for calling in. And, I just opened up the phone lines because I shut them down because people was getting on my nerves. But I'm going to try to keep them open tomorrow. Let's see what happened tomorrow, how I feel, and I'll open up the phone lines again. So thank you. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. And what? I love being